Hey everyone, this is J. Steve from Chains of Logic and from Dropforge Records. Today I'm going to show you a little trick in Monark, the synthesizer from Native Instruments. So I'm in Cubase now. I'm going to press F11 to load my VST instrument rack and load an instance of Reaktor 5. Reaktor 5 is the environment that Monark runs in. What Cubase is asking me now is if I want a MIDI track assigned to it, and I do. So I'll click Create. All right, here's our empty Reaktor 5 environment. I'm going to click on the Player tab and then Monark and drag it into Reaktor. Okay, there's Reaktor with Monark in it. And we're going to load an initialization patch, which is just a generic blank patch. And there is why people love Monark, how thick that already sounds. All right, we're going to turn on the second oscillator and put it also in a pulse square wave. All right, and what we're going to be doing is modifying the filter cutoff with an LFO that is synchronized to the tempo that Cubase is going. That's a limitation in Monark. They have a LFO section, but it does not synchronize with the host digital audio workstation, the DAW. So what we're going to do is we're going to get around that by using the Reaktor environment. The filter cutoff needs to be modified by something, and what it's going to be modified by is another instrument in Reaktor. So we'll click on the Factory tab, we'll click on Instruments, we'll click on Automation, and we're going to bring in an Automation LFO. So double click that or drag it over. And then this pop-up comes up. It tells us that we're making changes that can't be saved by the host application, your DAW. So what we're going to say is don't save now. If we wanted to create a local copy, it would make another copy of this ensemble in Reaktor, which would have everything that we're going to do. So if you want to use this method frequently, then you would create a local copy when you're finished. We're not going to do that right now. And here's our Automation LFO, and here's Reaktor. Monark. So we'll click back to Panel View, and you can see here we have Monark and the Automation LFO. So we're going to modify the filter cutoff in Monark. So we're going to use this value to do it. So we're going to send this to Monark cutoff. We're going to close the phase. We're going to close the symmetry of this down, which is sort of like the swing of it. And you can see this value matches this. So let's change the ratio here. The LFO is going to go out to 1:1. And as I move this, you can see over here the filter cutoff moving. It matches this value. So we're going to start up Cubase. Now I've got some pre-programmed drums. We'll let them play. Now we're going to play a bass line in here. There's our bass line. If our filter is just open, you can hear what it sounds like. And you can hear what it sounds like with the filter modulating in time with the tempo. So it already makes the bass line